So basically, we're talking about testing our funnel here, not necessarily testing a niche, right? But so whenever you're doing this, what you want to do is like you optimize this process at every step, right? So the first thing that you're going to do whenever you start running an ad to your landing page, that's really the only thing that you're going to focus on at first. You're not going to worry about any of these other steps. But whenever you're running an ad to a landing page, get 100 visitors to your landing page, and it's super easy to see, where if you use like a landing page builder, you can, look this up in Google Analytics. But get 100 visitors and then make your see what your opt-in rate is. If it's below 20%, then that means that your offer, your lead magnet, might not be as relevant as you would like, or your messaging on your landing page, the hook, story, offer formula that we use, maybe that needs a little bit of work. So I would say in that case, your big idea needs a little bit of work. And this is actually kind of an interesting example. I was working with someone in a specific niche, and they were using 7 mistakes kind of lead magnet. Like, hey, like these are the most common mistakes people in X industry make. Like, download this book to figure out if you're making these kind of mistakes. And so they launched that funnel. It wasn't working super well. And I said, well, you know what? For this kind of market, I think like maybe this market is a little more financially well off to where that might not be their biggest pain point. Like they might think, have it in their heads that they know what they're doing. They don't make mistakes, whatever. You know what? The messaging, I just didn't feel like it was very congruent. So what I told them to do is I was like, copy my tax strategies, messaging and lead magnet, 7 tax strategies dentists can use, and that kind of thing. That lead magnet worked a lot better. It was a much more congruent message. It spoke to a problem that target market thought was more important than any mistakes that they may or may not be making in their business. So this is the first step right here: running ads, running paid traffic to a landing page, and seeing, getting your first 100 or so visitors to this page, and seeing what your opt-in rate is. If your opt-in rate is not at least 20%, it might be the big idea in general, like mistakes versus tax strategies, or so like that's kind of what I would try to fix if that's the case. If you're getting a 20% opt-in rate, but we want to push it up to like where 30 to 40 to 50% of people are opting in, then it has more to do with the specific messaging on your landing page, the way that you are communicating your big idea. The headline would definitely be the most important thing to A/B test there. If you start an A/B test, which is pretty easy to do in these funnel builders, and only change one thing at a time. Okay, huge important rule that people don't follow, right? Which is if I'm going to be A/B testing a page, I'm only testing one single thing at a time on that page. So I might be testing the button color, the color of like the button, and that is it. Everything else on the page looks the same. Because if you change multiple elements on a page and you do an A/B test, then you can't figure out like which element is causing that either decrease or increase in performance. So if you're getting that 20% opt-in rate, but you want to try to get it a little higher, A/B test your headline and only your headline, and get another 100 leads in there to see how that does. So minimum sample size before you try to make any guess, like any decisions as to whether this is working or not. Send 100 people through your funnel and see how it does.